does not mean Aline is competing with other schools.
This is complementary work in education. This is giving our young people the opportunity to step forward and to be counted in a real way, to let them exhibit their excellence, the quality of their scholarship, their ability to be leaders in our society, leaders in our school, and leaders in our community. To say to the world, we've been there, we've done that, and we will continue. We will continue into tertiary education, having the benefit of good scholarship at the Aline School.
Principal Julia Beckles says the mandate of Aline School has changed with the sixth form. She says there is no heightened public expectations from Aline.
As a new entrant into the market, with little or no time to sell our program, we stepped out in faith and we purchased 20 tablet chairs for our lecture theatre, the intended base for the sixth form. Questions were many. Questions were asked about whether we had any idea how many students would choose Aline School, or if anybody would choose Aline School. Truth be told, we had no idea. But we believed in the strength of the Aline brand. And of course, in God Almighty, did a lot of praying that we would have enough to begin.
Chairman of the board, Reverend Joycelyn Ramsey, told the sixth formers to get ready for the best 2 years of their lives.
I want to give to you a word of encouragement written by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And these words says, without ambition, one starts nothing. Without work, one finishes nothing. The prize will not be sent to you, you have to win it.
The highlight of the day, the handing out of mementos to the eager sixth formers. Talent also shone bright as saxophonist third former Darren Watson, with the backing of the school band, wowed the crowd with his rendition of Love on the Brain by Rihanna. Kishma Senjis, CBC News.
Well, the criminal justice system may be failing young girls who are victims of sexual abuse. That's because the abuse is often the root cause of deviant behavior by girls who eventually end up being incarcerated. This observation from Director of the Criminal Justice Research and Planning Unit, Cheryl Willoughby. She was speaking on the CBC Current Affairs program In the Spotlight.
When we did our research recently looking at the types of crimes that girls were committing, we saw that wandering was the #1 crime offense, I would say, that girls were incarcerated for at the government industrial school. And if you were to dig deep into what was happening in the lives of these young people, you'd be surprised to see that a lot of them have been sexually molested at some point in their lives.
Ms. Willoughby says even when such cases reach the court, there may still be no justice.
When I conducted my research looking at sexual victimization of women, that a lot of the cases that were reported to the police did not go throughout the criminal justice system. The attrition rate for rape is very high. Young women were reporting that they were raped, but somewhere along the line the case fell out of court. I don't know if it was because of the length of time it took or because women were afraid of the perpetrator. But what I'm saying to you is that we have to look at the sexual victimization of our young girls.
Police are reporting that the 3 children who were listed as missing yesterday have been traced. Rihanna Denisha Toppin, Mercedes Desiree Bibby, both 13 years old, and 2-year-old Caleb Joshua Toppin, all of number 7 Chapel Land, St. Philip, are safe. Those entering the world of work over the next few years may need to look no further than the renewable energy sector to find jobs. Executive Director of the Barbados Renewable Energy Association, Misha Clark, says there are many viable opportunities in the sector.
I'm seeing a lot of job posts now. You're not asking for a renewable energy engineer. So we're seeing that there's definitely scope there. You're seeing a lot of master's students come out in term and pursuing studies in sustainable development and climate change. So I was really pleased to see you us beginning to have a discussion on that area in terms of climate change. And in a couple of weeks, BRIA will be working with the German International Development Corporation. This is an international donor funding agency to host a workshop looking at those same things in terms of climate change and resilience.
Ms. Clark was a guest on CBC's Walter Point 2 program. She says people now have the option to follow courses of study which focus on the sector.
A couple of years ago, under the Human Resource Development Strategy, one of our members, William Solar, partnered with SJPP and BCC to come up with a solar PV installer training grade certificate, so that as young persons interested in terms of getting in the sector, there was now a viable process or certification in place where you could go to either the SJPP or BCC and become trained. I think it was at a level of a level 2, right? Certificate in becoming a installer in this area of the sector. That is a growing area we're seeing. There's now the master's training program in renewable energy available at the University of the West Indies. I believe is now entrenched now under the CERMES department.
We'll take a break here, but when we come back, more news.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Can the great duo of LeBron and D-Wade back together again do it? Can Carmelo teaming up with Westbrook and George do it? Or will Curry and the Warriors dominate once again? Catch all your NBA basketball action starting October 17th on MCTV's Sports Max channel. MCTV, the right choice.
Barbadians have come through yet again for one of their Caribbean neighbors, badly affected by the monster storms over the last 2 months. In this case, they responded to an appeal for school supplies for children in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Former president of the National Council for Parent-Teacher Associations, Rhonda Blackman-Smith, made the appeal. She is now the Curriculum Development Officer in the Turks and Caicos Ministry of Education. Ms. Blackman-Smith rode out Hurricane Irma in early September, but she and other non-Turks were advised to evacuate ahead of the deadly Maria, which hit the island 10 days later. Now, during that time, 2 schools, one on Grand Turk and the other on one of the other sister islands, were destroyed, and Ms. Blackman-Smith turned to Barbadians for help.
As a result, I have today 19 boxes of school supplies to be sent to the Turks and Caicos Islands. What I want to say is a special thank you to the people of Barbados for hearing my plea and responding to the needs of our children. You do not know how this is going to impact on their education, and I will tell you this will have a significant impact on their lives. The fact that 1 pencil would make a difference in a child writing or not. And today I am pleased to say that we have exceeded more than what I would have anticipated.
Regional governments are being urged to implement programs that will help to make their respective countries more resilient in the wake of disasters. The appeal from Executive Director of the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, Ronald Jackson, as the entity observed International Day for Disaster Reduction last Friday. One of the policies that agency is pushing is enforced building codes.
Home, Safe Home is the slogan for IDDR 2017, following a year in which 24.2 million new displacements for disasters were recorded by the International Displacement Monitoring Center. For us in the Caribbean, the issue of displacement as a result of disasters is a reality, a matter that requires the region's urgent attention. The recent impacts from Hurricanes Irma and Maria have highlighted the need to tackle the incidents of vulnerability, which are still very much prevalent, and which has again been highlighted as a key issue during this past September.
A group of more than 40 primary school students has set out on one of the biggest leadership roles of their lives to date. This as they were named the newest crop of prefects at the Grantley Prescott Memorial Primary School. Sharika Griffith was there and filed this report.
These Class 3 and 4 students now have the distinct honor of calling themselves prefects of their school. With their new roles will come greater responsibility as they assist their teachers and serve as examples to their peers. While that may seem like a lot of work for these little ones, head boy Yeshua Cook believes he has the right formula. What do you think will make you a good head boy?
Because I have good leadership skills and I'm nice.
So tell me, what are some of the duties you will have as head boy?
I have to take care of the prefects. I have to take care of children.
While Yeshua says the news did not come as a surprise to him, the same can't be said for head girl Shante Codrington and her deputy, Shante Aline Clark.
I felt excited.
Were you surprised?
Yes, please. Well, I was surprised because Miss Arthur told me that I was going to be head girl when I was in nursery.
I cried a lot and it was really exciting because I knew I wasn't going to be the head girl because I now came to this school.
However, Deputy Head Boy Jelani Phillips was full of confidence.
I knew I was going to be Deputy Head Boy because I represent the school well and everything the principal and my teacher put me to do, I always try to do it the best and try to make my school a better place so we can have more people at my school and try to make my school one of the best schools in Barbados.
Featured speaker David Williams outlined several qualities of a good leader. He also cautioned the students against abusing their newly bestowed authority.
You should remember that you are placed in a position of authority to help and serve others, not to lord it over them or to try to show that you are better than them in any way. So firm, fair, and humble. That's what you must be as prefects.
During the ceremony at the St. Barnabas Church, winners of the school's Environmental Committee Arts and Essay Competition were also presented with their prizes. Students in the Infants Department were required to draw a beautiful garden, while children in classes 1 to 4 wrote an essay on the topic My Life as a Tree, or the importance of trees to the environment. Sharika Griffith, CBC News.
Although the Post Office week of activities ended last Friday, the Christchurch Post branch chose to hold its customer appreciation at its Oystons location today. Shane Jones was there.
When we arrived at the post office, the mood was festive, with customers taking time out to be appreciated after carrying out their business. A beaming postmistress, Juanita Higgins, explained the reason for having the day outside of the week.
We chose to keep our Customer Appreciation Day today, the 16th, because today we find that this week we're having more traffic in. This is pension week, so therefore we would have more traffic, and we choose it on this day where we have more customers where we can show them our appreciation.
And the customers of the Christchurch Post Office had a pretty good treat.
We have cake, we have fish cakes, which is a Bajan delicacy. Everyone likes the fish cakes, which have been going very, very fast. We have drinks, local drinks. apple juice, which is also going very fast and is a favorite of the customers. Lemonade, another local drink, Mobby, and that type of stuff.
Postmistress Higgins says it's the least they could do since business is good.
This is a very high traffic post office. You find a lot of people coming in, changing pension, people are ordering stuff online, and that business seems to be picking up relatively quick up here. And we have a lot of customers coming in that would order things online and come to collect them at the post office.
Shane Jones, CBC News.
Well, still to come, a look at some of the stories making headlines across the region.
Upgrade to Digicell's Quick Pick Bundles. Save big on data. Get data and get unlimited WhatsApp messaging and Digicel Talk. Pick a 1-day bundle, a 7-day bundle, or for the best value, a 30-day bundle. Save money every single day. Pick the bundle that's right for you. Go to My Digicel app or dial *246 # to buy a Quick Pick bundle today. Digicel.
Do you want audience numbers? Over 140,000 people are watching Morning Barbados and the evening news. 6 out of 10 top radio personalities are found right here at the CBC. CBC delivers the audience you need.
Diamond Dazzler, it's time to play. Diamond Dazzler, the new instant $250,000 scratch game from the Barbados Lottery. Available at select lottery outlets.
Bye, Dad. Tell me the names of the bombers.
I work for the government, not terrorists.
Lie. You used to work for them. He's trained. Maybe Special Forces. Tell me who killed my child.
You have no idea who you're dealing with.
Do you?
Somebody say a prayer for
The Foreigner.
Opens Wednesday, Olympus Cinemas.
In St. Lucia, the Equity Ministry, with the support of the Caribbean Development Bank, has officially rolled out the 9th edition of the Regional Poverty Reduction Program, known as the Basic Needs Trust Fund. Well, as we hear in this report, the CDB has unveiled an ambitious plan for this cycle.
The BNTF program, CDB's flagship program for poverty reduction, has contributed significantly to the national development in St. Lucia since it commenced operation on the island in 1979. In keeping with the theme, Partnering Against Poverty, the implementing agency for the BNTF program, the St. Lucia Social Development Fund, SSDF, held an opening ceremony on Wednesday, October 4th, 2017 at the Golden Palm Resort, Rodney Bay, to launch the BNTF 9 program. St. Lucia received a grant allocation of US $2.97 million. George Yearwood is the Caribbean Development Bank acting manager.
After extensive discussions, CDB has negotiated increased contributions for the Special Development Fund, or SDF, to secure grant resources for a more nimble BNTF program with a yet more ambitious agenda for tackling poverty in the region. National BNTF projects in St. Lucia and 8 other countries stand to benefit from a grant allocation of some $40.8 million US, of which St. Lucia receives an initial amount of $2.97 million US, being also eligible, as previously said by our colleague, to receive a portion of an unallocated incentive amount of $5.2 million US to be distributed at midterm based on project performance.
Hurricane-battered Dominica has delayed the reopening of schools after weather conditions deteriorated significantly over the past few days. Schools were due to be opened today after sustaining significant damage following the passage of Category 5 Maria on September 18th. Well, they will now be opened tomorrow. Dominica was under a flood watch over the past 48 hours, and the Met Office there has warned of more showers as a result of a trough system that is expected to continue to generate moderate to heavy showers and isolated thunderstorms across the island during the course of today. 7 people were rescued in Haiti, but the search continues for at least 40 others after a boat capsized off the Turtle Island yesterday. The Marine Rescue Unit of the Directorate of Civil Protection, or DPC, said 3 of the 7 rescued people had been taken to hospital for medical attention. The survivors say the boat from Turtle Island was carrying at least 50 Haitian migrants and was trying to sail to the Turks and Caicos archipelago, 200 kilometers to the north. The DPC says the search is continuing for survivors. And lawmen in Trinidad and Tobago are seeking assistance in identifying the bodies of 3 men found in a vehicle that crashed into a river on Sunday in Woodland. Police say the victims all appear to be in their 20s and apparently drowned when the black Peugeot car crashed into a bridge before landing in the river. They say they're not sure how long the men were in the water and suspect they were not from the area. The bodies have since been taken to the mortuary of the San Fernando General Hospital. Our sports news is up next, but first, here is a tip from Cooperators General Insurance.